In college football, there are different types of shirts when it comes to eligibility and recruiting status. The most popular shirt is the red shirt, but along with that, there's the gray shirt, blue shirt, and green shirt. Some of these terms are complicated, and I thought it would be fun to go over the different shirts. To start this video off, I want to talk about the most popular shirt, the red shirt. This is the most common of the 4 shirts I will be talking about today. It means a player is on scholarship and can practice, but does not play in the actual game. What this means is they are granted an extra year of eligibility, meaning for the most part, they will complete their 4 seasons of eligibility in 5 years. According to Kevin Tran of SB Nation, the term comes from a Nebraska player in the 1940s who chose to only practice, not play as a sophomore, in order to catch up physically. He wore a red jersey with no numbers on it. A red shirt. Alfson's decision would pay off. When he returned, Alfson was a 3-year starter, 2-time first-team All-Big 6 selection, second-team All-American pick in 1939, and first-team All-American pick in 1940. In the era of two-way football, Alfson played guard on the offensive line and was a linebacker on defense. Alfson's football career would not end at Nebraska, as he would go on to get drafted by the NFL's Brooklyn Dodgers. Alfson would earn all-rookie status even though he was one of the oldest rookies at age 25. Many younger players called him Pops and Dad. Many college players will redshirt their freshman year so they can get physically ready to play, while others may redshirt due to injuries. The rule for the medical redshirt includes the injury must be a season-ending injury, it must occur prior to the start of the second half of the season, and the student athlete must not have competed in more than 30% of the season or 3 contests, whichever is greater. Back in 2017, the NCAA also added an academic redshirt, which forced a player to redshirt when they don't meet certain criteria coming out of high school. High school students still need to have at least a 2.0 GPA and complete 16 core classes to participate in Division I sports, but now they'll need to have a 2.3 GPA and 10 of their core courses locked in by the start of their senior year to play in their first year without redshirting. The NCAA says its goal is to make sure athletes are more prepared in the classroom when it comes time to compete. According to the association, rules likely affect 8% of men's basketball players, 5% of football players, and 2% of athletes overall. The big thing they're trying to stop is these miracle qualifiers who retake 6 core classes their senior year. Arkansas Director of Compliance Will Landreth said. Next is the gray shirt. The gray shirt usually comes into play around National Signing Day. A gray shirt is when a team offers a player enrollment on scholarship at the start of the second semester, after the upcoming season. The athlete then has 5 years to play 4 seasons with eligibility to redshirt at some point. Athletes who have gray shirts are allowed to enroll as students. They can go to class for the first semester as a part-time student, either at the school or at a junior college, without starting their eligibility clocks. Then, the following semester, they begin as full-time students on scholarship. The gray shirt comes into play a lot of the times when programs over-recruit, meaning they don't have enough roster spots for all their commitments. Sometimes coaches are upfront about wanting a player to gray shirt, while other times they may force a player to gray shirt last minute, meaning it's too late for that player to find a school that will allow them to enroll immediately. It is used as a dirty move sometimes. In 2016, previous Louisville coach Bobby Petrino was criticized for giving one player a surprise gray shirt right before National Signing Day after the player had been committed as a non-gray shirt for a year. Many other programs have done the same thing. Just because someone doesn't sign as a gray shirt doesn't mean things can change. Sometimes gray shirts can be revoked and turned into regular offers due to unforeseen roster changes. There's a prize transfer during the offseason. A player who planned on gray shirting could be added to the roster as a normal signee. According to Sports Illustrated, the gray shirting policy of Alabama's Nick Saban got the most attention because everything Saban does gets a ton of attention. An example of a late notice situation came in 2012 when a defensive line commit from Mobile named Darius Philon was told he needed to take a gray shirt if he still wanted to join the Crimson Tide. Philon had injured his knee in the playoffs late in his senior season, so Saban, knowing he probably couldn't play as a freshman, switched the offer to a gray shirt shortly before signing day. Philon wanted to enroll on a scholarship with his classes, so he signed instead with Arkansas, where he redshirted. He now plays for the Chargers, so it worked out. Since the addition of the early signing period, controversial gray shirts have become less popular. Hey you! Yeah, you! You think it's good for college football to have so many recruiting loopholes? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it because it really helps the video in the algorithm. The next shirt I want to talk about is the blue shirt. The blue shirt is a relatively new strategy when it comes to recruiting and is not used very often. Like the gray shirt, the blue shirt is another loophole for a team when they oversign. The blue shirt rule allows schools to put unrecruited athletes on scholarship once they arrive on campus, but count them against the next year's scholarship total. As long as they don't play, the NCAA considers a player to be a recruited player when they are provided an official visit to the campus, had arranged in-person off-campus contact with a coach, or was sent an NLI or other written scholarship offers. Coaches can contact players and have them on campus for unofficial visits when the recruit pays their way without technically recruiting them. Essentially, as long as a recruit doesn't take an official visit or host one of the school's coaches, he wasn't recruited by that school. The strategy was first developed by New Mexico State, but became popularized by Tennessee. It means the player won't count to the scholarship count the year they sign, but the following year. Jaquez Bruce decided the blue shirt for Tennessee back in 2015, meaning he didn't count towards the 2015 class, but instead the 2016 class. Bruce did this because the Volunteers were getting close to their player limit, and it allowed the coaching staff to continue to add more players. New Mexico State used this rule mostly to award scholarships to junior college transfers, but it could be used for any prospect. The school simply has to keep the athlete unrecruited, then award them a scholarship after they arrive and start football practice. It will still count towards the total scholarship limit, but will not count towards the initial encounter limit until the following year. The blue shirt allows programs to get the best of both worlds. FBS schools can delay a scholarship for the following year, allowing them to oversign beyond the 25 scholarship limit and get the use of the prospect immediately, rather than waiting until the following spring. Andy Staples explains why a player may accept a blue shirt, writing, back in 2019, because he probably doesn't have any offer at the level of the program that is offering him the blue shirt. If he has a group of 5 offer and a Power 5 school offers a blue shirt, he's probably going to take it. To him, the process won't be much different, especially if he lives near the school and can easily get there for an unofficial visit, than it will be for his classmates with more conventional offers. The last shirt I want to talk about is the green shirt. Players who green shirt are those who enroll early, which we will see over the next few weeks. A green shirt is a player who graduates high school in December of their senior year and opts to enroll in college before the second signing day. Athletes who green shirt still have 5 years to complete 4 seasons, so they could still redshirt. There are many benefits to green shirting. These players can get ahead in their classes, they're on full scholarship in the spring, and are allowed to participate in spring practice and work out with the team. Green shirt players are usually viewed as players who could be immediate impacts as freshmen. It allows them to get ahead of the curve, giving them time to acclimate to the campus, participate in spring practice, fully digest an offensive or defensive scheme, and the opportunity to develop into the team's strength and conditioning program. Green shirts are also often among the nation's best prospects at their respective positions, eyeballed far in advance by FBS programs as recruits capable of making an immediate impact as a true freshman. Personally, I find the different types of shirts really interesting, but I think players trying to play college football should know the difference and understand them. But what do you think? Are there too many types of shirts in college football? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.